Okay.
Okay, now I can go on my site and get my sister sign up for that for loyal customers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I talk to you while I'm doing this, you'll help me.
Yeah.
This is our opportunity to introduce the business and the product to the guests in the room, and for you guys to get the opportunity to meet Pam Souter, our marketing director, and Mike Patillo. I actually just had the pleasure to drive to Chicago, do their city tour, and bring Pam home with me today. And I want everybody to get on their feet and give Pam a warm welcome to Toledo. Pam Souter, everybody.
Thank you, Carrie. Hang on, let me get this right. Hello, Toledo. There are a lot of you just spread out everywhere. How you doing? Good. Well, I can't remember. When was the first time that I came? Carrie, do you remember? Has it been 2 years?
No.
About a year and a half?
It was September 11th of 2010.
September 11th, 2010. I love it. Stacy, you guys are wild. I'm glad to see you haven't lost that. Great to have you on our team. And, you know, Mike and I are traveling over the next couple months, also with Wally and in some instances Mark. And we're very excited to bring this tour to you. How many of you attended conference with us? Woo! What a fantastic event that was. It seems like forever and ago. It was just January. What about what's happening right now? Whose business is absolutely exploding? How many of you are wrapped tonight? Anyone wrapped? No? Couple? Okay, great. Wonderful. How many are guests tonight? Any guests? Like Mike said, it's not like church. I'm not going to have you come up and stand up and say your name unless you absolutely want to. How many of you have never met either myself or Mike? Wow. I love it. How many of you have been on board less than 2 months? Wow, we've got a good group in here. All right, so tonight we're going to be talking to you about ITWORKS Global, about our products, about our opportunity. We're going to take a break and we're going to come back. We're going to have a wrap raffle. I love that. Somebody's going to get a lot of wraps tonight. And then we're going to do some training. So you're welcome to stay for the entire event. We hope that you do. And those that have come in late, just come on in and grab a seat. But Carrie, if the clicker right here? Okay. All right, so welcome to ITWORKS Global. Again, I'm Pam Souter, Director of Marketing with ITWORKS, one of the founders. Actually, in December of 2010, I had a business relationship with a company for 6.5 years. Has anyone ever networked prior to ITWORKS Global? Okay. The rest of you've never networked before? You're just not raising your hand. Never? Stacy, you've never networked before? Well, I was with the company for 6.5 years. Absolutely loved it. Had a ball. The reason that I started, I have 2 children. They're now almost 28 and 24. At the time, they were 7 and 10. And I wanted to continue to be a stay-at-home mom. When my daughter was born, who was our youngest, we decided to cut our income in a little more than half so that I could come home, take care of the kids, and then when they were, when Kay went to 1st grade, through kindergarten, I played right alongside with her. I just had a ball. 1st grade, my husband Dave, we've been together since 1974. That's how long we've been together, almost 32 years of marriage this year. So we decided that, or he decided that I needed to get a job. He said, you know, we need some extra money. These kids are going to be in college before you know it, and you know what? They're already out. So he was right. So I knew that I needed to make some extra income, so I started looking for part-time work. And at that time, I had a degree in education, so I went back and student taught. or substitute taught. Anybody substitute teacher or teacher in the room? It's not a lot of fun, is it? So what they did is they put me in 8th grade music class. I substitute taught 8th grade music class. I don't know a thing about music. And I certainly didn't want to be with 8th graders in a music class. And I can tell you, after that class, and after making just $50 for that day and having the headache that I had when I left, I decided, you all please take me off the list for substitute teaching. This is just not worth $50. So I decided that's not the route that I wanted to take. And you know, at the time, working part-time, you might have made maybe $6 an hour. You know, I don't know what it is today, but that just didn't seem like a lot of money. By the time that you got your pantyhose and your clothes and your shoes, and you got in the car and you drove over there, you really weren't making a lot of money. So my husband and I, we had dinner with one of his customers. He was in the construction industry back then. And this guy was a multi-millionaire. And we were telling him I was looking for part-time work. And about 2 weeks later, he called me. He said, you know what, there's a meeting that you might want to go to about an opportunity. Did anyone get that call for tonight? Well, you know, that kind of sounded weird to me. What's he mean, an opportunity? What's he talking about going to? It was at a college called Roanoke College. I'm from Roanoke, Virginia. And it just sounded weird, but I decided to go simply because he was one of my husband's best customers. And Dave said we had to go. So we went, and I was the only woman in the room. There were about 20 men, and we listened to one of those flip chart business presentations. And I was not interested at all until they got to the page on residual income. You know, that page showed me that if you get a few, and they get a few, and they get a few, it starts to add up to quite a bit of dollars. So I went back home after that, a little excited, actually couldn't sleep, and started reading everything I could about direct sales network marketing. For months, I studied the industry, and after several months, I decided to join that company, and for 6.5 years, I worked extremely hard.
Now, he didn't quite say it as smoothly as that, and he really kind of didn't say much at all, other than he overheard the conversation. It sounded like they were very, very serious, and that they wanted to bring this product into the United States, and did he know anybody that might be interested? Well, Mike called me. And I listened to the conversation, but I started asking the typical questions. Well, what is it? What does it do? Is it like a diaper? Do you step in it? Do you pin it? Do you roll in it? Do you bathe in it? Do you massage it on? What do you do? What is this stuff? And so we realized he knew nothing. And he said, well, look, in a couple of hours, maybe we can get on the phone with a team of doctors and scientists that developed the formula and get all your questions answered then. I said, all right, let's do that. And I'll never forget, this was back in 2000 when the phones were still hooked to the walls. Remember that? Anybody still have one of those? Phones hooked to, Stacy does? Why does that not surprise me? So I'm a pacer, as you can see, so I was like on the phone like I'm doing with the microphone now. And I started listening. Now, the doctors were from Mexico and Spain. They didn't speak very good English, and as you can tell, I'm from the South, and I speak Southern. So they could hardly understand anything I was asking, and I could hardly understand any of the answers. But what came across was they were serious. They had a formula that worked. They had a prototype of a product that they could show me, and that I could meet with them and potentially do business with them. Now, prior to this, the product used to be deep tissue massaged into the skin. Any massage therapist in the room? Carrie, I know. So what they did is they would actually go in for a treatment. They would deep tissue massage it into the skin at $300 a treatment. That's how much it cost. So this company devised a cloth. They engineered and designed an amazing cloth that allowed the formula to lay on that cloth and and they could fold it up, put it in a baggie, and keep it fresh for a year. Pretty ingenious. So that way they did not have to come over and teach a team of massage therapists how to apply the product. They made it take home. So after meeting with them for 3 days, I walked away with a box of a product written in Spanish, and there were 3 cloths in that box, and I was going to be the first one in the U.S. to try it. So at that time in my life, I was going through a wonderful phase called menopause. Anybody else want to admit that they're in that beautiful phase of life? Believe me, you'll transition right in and out of it. It might take you about 10 years and a lot of hot sweating and expansion in the buttocks area and the tummy, and I had grown to a size 18. So I was looking for a product for me. I'd never had a weight loss issue before, other than after losing weight from the kids. So my biggest area of concern was my tummy. So they told me to wrap my tummy once every 72 hours with the 3 cloths. So I'm sitting in my kitchen. I asked my girlfriend Patty to come over for support. We unfolded that wrap. We put it on my tummy, and Patty is sitting in the kitchen along with my husband Dave, my daughter Kay, and my son Adam, and they sat there while I stood like this with the wrap on, not wanting to move, and stared at my stomach. We were waiting for everything just to start falling off into the floor. Well, guess what happened? Not much, if anything. Anybody else have that experience? Okay. It taught me a valuable lesson. It taught me a lesson of patience, and that it's still working even though I might not be seeing it. So I waited 72 hours, and I decided this time I was going to wear it a little bit longer. I wore it for 6 hours. I had to clean the house, did a little vacuuming. Dave says, well, at least she's vacuuming, because I'm telling you, he thought I was wasting my time and his money. Remember, I flew down, spent money, came back. All he could see was me wanting to buy more of it. And he just saw, actually didn't catch the vision for years. Didn't catch the vision for years. But I put it on the second time, wore it 6 hours, really didn't notice anything that day. I was getting very discouraged. Called back down and talked to them, and they said, it's working, it's working. Wait 72 hours and try another one. Well, I went to bed that night. The alarm clock went off at 6:30 to help get the kids off to school. Jumped up out of bed and literally turned around and looked in the bed. I thought I'd left fat there. I dropped a size. Second application next morning. See, the product works for me. It shows up the next day. So for those of you who may have not had results the first time, it may take the second or the third. But I can assure you it's working. And since then, I have wrapped tens of thousands since 2001. And no one's disappeared on me yet, but they've all had results. And I find that absolutely amazing. In the pharmaceutical industry, which we are not a part of, we are not a drug, but in the pharmaceutical industry, if they have a product that they develop, and 50% of the people do not have an adverse side effect and or death from that product, it is $1 billion product. What do you think about us? We have results. Every time, it just might take a couple of days for it to show up. So we knew we were onto something. So I needed a partner, didn't I? See, I had product. I had the ability to get the product. I had the ability to start a company, but we didn't have a name for it. I needed a business partner that could run the infrastructure. And see, I kept hearing in my prior company of a man by the name of Mark Pentecost. I've met him a couple times, but I kept hearing his name. And every time I heard it, I heard a lot of integrity around that name. See, that company was going down, and they asked the top money earners in that company to go around and say that everything was okay. And they even offered them money to do that. Mark was the only one that turned that down, and therefore he lost his position. Well, that spoke volumes to me. So I called Mark and Cindy. They were in Michigan, I'm in Virginia, and they flew down to Virginia, and they tried the product that night. They both had success on the product. Mark saw Cindy get very excited. She called back home, and all of her friends said, don't come home without it. And they started calling friends and calling back to their hotel and saying, bring more, bring more. That is the first time ever in his life that he ever noticed that friends actually called back and wanted something. Most of them run from you, don't they? So he knew he was onto something. We just didn't know what it was because we didn't have a name. There was not a category for it. It's a first-to-market product. So we had to learn how to market it, didn't we? We had to set the infrastructure up. We had to beef up manufacturing. So here we are in our 10th year in Toledo, Ohio, introducing it to you, and you should be so excited, just like we were back in the beginning. And with that comes some skepticism, and after this, after our intro here, after break, we're going to talk about some of the ways that you can overcome that. But I'm telling you, I am as excited today as I've ever been. In January of 2010, we had 1.9 million in sales of that product and our supplements. This past January, we had 6.1 million. Last month, because of all of you and your efforts, we had over 9 million, and we're on target this month to do 12 to 15. That is huge. That is huge. And it's all because of people like Stacy and Carrie and Sarah and those that have caught the vision of this and are out there just having fun rapping people. And I'll tell you, all I've ever done in this is get the product on someone, sit back and watch the magic happen. That is all I have ever done because I had to do that myself. So it's been a phenomenal journey. We've come a long way. We've introduced other products throughout the line that we've been very instrumental in bringing in to help boost the results of the applicator without diluting our mission and getting this product to market. Somebody said, what is your mission? I said, our mission is to make a statement. And that statement is we have one of the hottest, coolest products that I have ever seen hit the marketplace. So we have naturally based products that work. Why it's the right time for ITWORKS, you're going to learn that tonight. Also, ways to earn. Anybody interested in how to earn income out there marketing this product? We've got top money earners in this room that are doing some astronomical things, not only with their teams, but with their families. We were featured in Direct Selling News, Success from Home magazine. Carrie and Mike were featured in Success from Home magazine, as were several others. Lisa in the room. We've got to get ready to do some magical things this month. We were also in the Inc. magazine's 500-5,000 list as one of the 50 fastest growing companies. Who's growing besides the gas companies today? I filled your car up with gas today. That was expensive. We had to open up the trunk and sell a couple applicators out of the back to pay for it. What is the ITWORKS way about friendships, fun, and freedom? Who's been down to a green carpet event with us? Who was on the yacht with us? It was so much fun. Our journey in this, when I turned 40, which was just a couple short days ago, I decided I wasn't going to do anything anymore unless it had the word fun in it. It had to be fun. I had to have a good time, and I'm telling you, we are having a blast. And what our vision was is to own a facility in Florida where it's nice and warm, and we moved 25 families in January of last year. 25 families came with us from Michigan, and I moved from Virginia with my husband Dave to Florida. We bought a golf course where we have fun events at. Our corporate office is 5 minutes away. So what we do is we have the opportunity to introduce you to our staff. You can all come anytime, and on the third Thursday of each month we have what we call a green carpet event. We'll have our largest one in April, and each and every one of you are welcome to come down to Florida to visit with us, to see those facilities, and to have fun and to hang out and to learn how to build your business. So what's keeping you from achieving your dreams? The price of gas? You know, I think about it. I have, nieces and nephews that work, and they work part-time, and, they're going through college, and by the time they pay for gas and get their part-time income, there's not a whole lot left. So they're starting to do things like carpool or ride their bikes, and it's just interesting what's going on right now. It's not a whole lot of fun out there. And so that's keeping a lot of us from achieving our dreams. And for me, when I first started in this industry, I had a very simple dream that meant everything in the world to me. And that was, I wanted to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be able to continue to put my children on the bus, get them off the bus, and be with them in the afternoon. And this industry gave me that possibility. And through that, I started dreaming again. See, I really thought that I was going to have to go back into corporate America, work 60 hours a week, and climb that ladder. And when you get there, it's not much fun. There's always another ladder to climb. There's more obstacles in the way. I have friends today that are in their 50s that have given everything they have to their corporate jobs, and they're now losing them. I had one that gave 17 years to a company, lived in Hong Kong for 10 of those 17 years, away from the United States, gave them everything they had, goes on a meeting for them in Brazil, comes back. They said, you did a phenomenal job, so we really hate to give you this piece of paper, which was a pink slip. After 17 years. Now, he got a very healthy 7-figure severance package, which most of you would go, wow, that's a lot, not considering what his expenses are, the way he was living. And that was everything they gave him. That was it. He lost everything else. So he's like a deer in the headlights now, until he became, along with his wife, a distributor. Life changes, doesn't it? So what are your dreams? What are some of the things that you're thinking of? We've got some children here, and I love kids. Remember Christmas? When you believed in everything? And you would get everything that you wanted, even though it was just maybe a box of crayons and some coloring books? Or you would, to you, that was everything. Well, for me, this industry will provide those dreams. I am now living an amazing dream, and we pinch ourselves every day. But it requires work. It requires being in a company with a unique product with the right timing. So tonight, what I would like for you to do is start dreaming again. What do you want? What can you see yourself having in the next 3, 4, or 5 years? And we're going to show you a roadmap tonight so you can achieve those dreams. Because most of you are shrinking your dreams and not growing your income. See, the circle here that we would like to create for you is increasing your dreams and growing your income. And a lot of us have stopped doing this simply because we didn't know there was an alternative, a different way to make income. So what I'd like to do now is bring up a gentleman that I have been traveling with over the last couple of months, and we've really gotten to know each other. And he really is the FUN in our office. He's always wanted to have fun. We share an office together that we call a castle in the cave, so you can just tell what my part is. And there's a line right in the middle. And we'll get in the middle of that room and we start brainstorming on ways, creative ways, to bring this product to market, to help you enhance your business, He's been vital in helping us build our new IT catalog. Who is in love with that new catalog? Helped us devise the Ruby Guarantee, which he's going to talk about tonight, and bring the good bonus to life. So I would like to introduce our Director of Sales, Mike Patillo.
How's everybody doing tonight? Just for the record, I only had to ask that one time in Chicago and they blew me away. So how's everybody doing tonight? That's a little better. Well, I appreciate you having us out tonight, and we call this the One Team, One Mission Opportunity Night, Opportunity Tour. We're going around to over 21 different cities over the next few weeks, and we're excited to be here tonight. And I remember over a year ago, I was in Dallas, Texas, at what they call the Direct Selling News University. And they were going over the top 100 companies in our industry. They were celebrating that. And I remember standing in the back of the room on one side, and all of these companies, all these guys and ladies that I had watched over the years become extremely successful in this industry and help lead companies, they were walking across that stage. And they were getting awards as, one of the top 100 companies. And the magazine came out right after that, featured them last year. And this is the actual magazine. And I remember looking over to my right, and I kind of caught a guy in my eye, and he was standing there, had his arms folded, and he looked about as unhappy as me to be in the back of the room, not in the front of the room. And I remember I walked over to him and I just said, "You're not real happy to be back here, are you?" And I never knew who the guy was, didn't know his name, didn't know his company, didn't know his past. And he looked at me and he said, "Next year, I won't be in the back of the room." And he put his hand out and he said, "Hi, my name's Mark Pentecost." And he's the CEO of our company. And that's, I think when we really think about what we're doing in life right now, I mean, you guys met my younger sister Pam earlier. So, we're only here for a certain amount of time, whether it's, a few years, a lot of years. We got to take advantage of the time that we're here. And we put together a goal this year to not only be in the top 100 companies in direct selling, but to create over $100 million in sales this year. And a lot of people say, well, that's a big goal. What does that mean to me? Well, our industry, we talk about dreams. Our dream as a company together with corporate, with the field, with the leadership, is to create that $100 million in sales, because when we do that this year, that means over $50 million is paid back to people just like you, and a lot of you in the room. And what does that mean right now? I don't know about you. I don't know what the economy is in Toledo, but other places in the world, some people are losing their jobs right now. I mean, maybe Toledo, maybe you guys are rocking, and this is the best economy in the world. I don't know. But the reality is, some people can't even pay to fill up their tank. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I went and I saw regular over $4, and some people got to pay that ultimate, for those nice automobiles. And when I think about the dreams that you can achieve in this company, your dreams are that big circle, your income's that small. I learned something a long time ago, and it really stuck with me all these years. And my wife and I have been involved in network marketing for over a decade. We've been blessed to have a lot of success. And what I learned and what really impacted me is when somebody said, "Mike, $50,000 a year will keep you from $50,000 a month." And at that time, I was earning about $30,000 a year. And when I heard that, I thought, so you're telling me, what he was saying was, I was a little comfortable. I wasn't willing to kind of step out on faith, to get a little uncomfortable so I could have whatever I want in life. And see, I didn't know what was out there. All I knew was that other people were driving nicer cars than I was. Other people lived in bigger homes. They were traveling the world. And see, I don't know what your dreams are tonight. As a matter of fact, the only person that it really matters what your dreams are is you. Because if you don't have them, you know what? How are you going to get up tomorrow and be excited about life if you don't have something to work towards? Too many times, what do? People get up every single day. They get up, they have a cup of coffee, they go brush their teeth, they get ready, they go to a job that they hate. They work just enough so they don't get fired. and your boss pays you just enough so you don't quit. That is the vicious cycle that most people in this world are in. Would you agree? What I want you to do, I want you to look at the person next to you and just say, dare to be great. That was lame. You guys care? Say, you got to dream big.
Dare to be.
You see, because you got to be loud in this venture called life, in my opinion. I get a little crazy sometimes. And the reason I do it, it's not for you. It's for me. Because I like to have fun. I believe every day when we get up, if we're not having fun, if we don't have something that we're working toward, that mundane stuff is just boring. Who wants to be bored for the rest of your life, 30, 40 years, when you can have the opportunity to not let your income dictate what your dreams are? Because that's what really happens. How many of you would be driving a different car if money wasn't an option? A few of you, okay. So we got some dreamers. How many of you would move to a warmer place in the winter if you had no money? Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. Our CEO, I love what he said one night. It was really funny. He said, I didn't know you could be warm in the winter. Somebody last night, they said, did you go to the tanning bed before you came to all these events up here in North? I said, no, baby, we live in Florida. There's a whole other world down there. It's warm in January and February. It's amazing. And see, that was my dreams. I remember the first goal board that I ever put together when I was in college. I dropped out of college, actually, when I found out about this industry. And, you know, like Pam, I always wanted a house on the water and had a picture on the water. And I had a Porsche. And I had a boat, and I had a picture of my parents, and I said, you know, retired comfortably. I mean, I had all these big dreams, and no clue how I was going to get them, but I knew that if I got up every single day and had something to work towards and I could visualize it, I knew that at some point in my life I could have that. And it's amazing when I go back and I look at that goal board, how many things are accomplished. I mean, it's extraordinary what you can do when you don't shrink your dreams and you grow your income. And we talk a lot about timing. You know, why are we talking about dreams? Why are we talking about the ability that you can be warm in the winter? Why are we talking about this if there's not an opportunity for you to achieve that with what we're talking about tonight? Well, there is. And it's called ITWORKS Global. And we say timing is everything. Would you agree? Whether you know anything else about this company tonight, you don't have to know anything else. You can understand that timing in life, in business, in everything, timing is everything. I mean, think about our industry, Botox, #1 ranking non-surgical cosmetic procedure, 4.8 million procedures at an average of $397 per treatment. Per treatment. How many of y'all have an extra $400 lay around every 6 months just to go get a little needle stuck in you? And that's not real, it's practically, I don't like needles. But liposuction, that even is probably a little bit more money. That's a few hundred to a few $1,000s. That's #2. Shapewear. I mean, I've tried shapewear, guys. How many other men in the room have tried shapewear? Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for. Okay, one. All right. One guy did not leave me hanging. Guys, that's man code. You have the ability to lie when I ask that. Don't leave me up here with my arm up, okay? One man is honest here tonight. The rest of you know you've tried it. You don't want to admit it. But I remember the first time I tried shapewear. You know, shapewear, there's nothing wrong with shapewear. The only problem I found with shapewear is when you take it off, you're still there. It hides it for a little bit. You know, everybody heard of Spanx? Okay, Spanx just became the founder of that. She's an amazing businesswoman. She keeps all the money that Spanx makes. She doesn't pay half of it back out. But she's still an amazing businesswoman. Her company just became $1 billion company with a B. Billion. They did that hiding the fact. Just imagine what we can do wrapping that fact. I mean, there's amazing numbers that are going to happen here. Pam talked a little bit about that. I mean, I remember when I first tried, I didn't try Spanx, I tried another company's product because I wanted to, you know, I had a little belly from college and I like to eat a little bit and I thought, I'm going to try one of those t-shirts for men that just kind of, you know, instant six-pack or at least looks like it, right? Pulls your gut in, you just pull back your, and I've got it on here, and it's one of those t-shirts, and I'm trying to push it down on my tippy toes, and pushing it, and right when you get it down, you know, I was yelling at my husband, hey baby, you know, and it rolled right back up because it was so tight. And she goes, would you read the directions on that? I said, it's a t-shirt. How many ways can you put on a t-shirt? You know, I mean, throwing on the sarcasm real thick to her. And she reads the directions and it says you step into it and pull it up. So apparently there's more than one way to put on a t-shirt. You know, and I tried that. And it was miserable. Hot, sweaty. And when you take it off, you're still hot, sweaty, and everything's still there. But when you have a timing of a product, if they can make $1 billion hiding effect, what can we do if we have a product that you can literally, that change, there we go, you can wrap in its first market. You see down here, is this opening? Okay. You step up here, you can put this ultimate body applicator we're going to talk about on your stomach, on your back, on your love handles. How many of y'all have some love handles you need to get rid of? Okay, me too. Your legs, your butt, your arms. I love what Pam said. Anywhere on your body that you want to tight, calm, and firm, you can put the ultimate body applicator. And 45 minutes later, not 45 days, not 60 days, not 90 days. Who wants to wait 90 days to get results? You get results. Tightening, firming. I remember the first time I put it on my stomach, you know, and I was looking at the ingredients and all that stuff I couldn't pronounce. Somebody asked me last night, they said, what's in it? I said, I have no idea. All I know is I put it on, I smaller when I took it off. Who cares? As long as it's legal, ethical, moral, and it's good for me, I'm putting it on again. And that's what we continue to do. And you continue to see the results that people are having. That's why the sales continue to go up. Because there is no competition. Literally, there is no competition. You know, most companies out there today in the marketplace, what do? They try to make their competitor's product just a little bit better. And then they reinvent it to be their own. You know, they go down and I love the stories that come out now. You know, I was deep in the Amazon. I was canoeing, you know, with the tribal people, and we climbed up to the tree where this special berry that the monkeys poop on. And we pull it off, and it has this amazing anti-aging abilities, right? You've heard the stories. It's crazy. But then somebody else finds the same monkey in Antarctica, and they got a new magic berry they put in a juice or a powder or a pill. Come on. Being better isn't good enough anymore. It used to be okay. You used to be able to get by with that. Problem is, you, me, the consumer, are getting smart. We're getting smart to say, you know what? I don't need to buy an overpriced bottle of fruit juice or an overpriced protein shake just because it has some magic thing in it. They're looking for something different. They're looking for something innovative. They're looking for something first. Because first to market always wins. And when you don't have competition, you don't have to worry about somebody coming behind you and taking your customers, taking your business. And the great thing is, even though people are trying to...
There's a little company called ITWORKS Global on the cover and throughout the whole magazine. So, what's really cool, I remember my first opportunity that I got involved with back in 1998. I heard that quote. If you have something people want, you can get rich. And they said, that came from Success Magazine. I never thought I'd be in Success Magazine, did you? I mean, can you imagine it? Success. It's like the best word in the world for having success. It's success. And the whole magazine is dedicated to your company, ITWORKS Global. And it tells the story. It shows the product. It's amazing. Here's the cool part. It's not overpriced. It's affordable. You can try this product for $25, $30, and get results in 45 minutes. And it's exclusive. It's only available through ITWORKS independent distributors. So you see, you're not going to walk into Walmart or Publix and be able to pick this product up. It's only available to you to share it with other people that you love and care about, and that's called an opportunity. I love the slogan, the tape measure doesn't lie. How many of you before ITWORKS have tried to lose weight or something with some other program, Weight Watchers, whatever, right? I don't know about you, but no matter what I did for 30 days, I'd always lose 5 to 7 pounds. And I'd always wonder, did I not eat as much? You know, did I drink some extra water and that's what it was? Was it really what I was paying for? And I just really didn't know. But it works. The tape measure doesn't lie. Measure before you put on the Ultimate Body Applicator. Go hang out for 45 minutes. Measure again. If the tape measure is smaller, guess what? It works. If it didn't work, we would have to change the name of our company. Some of y'all laughed, but that was actually pretty funny. But it does work. You see, there's companies out there that were constantly looking for a product or a system. We just happen to have it. You look at before, after one applicator, you put on your chin and your neck, your stomach, the tightening, the toning, the smoothing of the skin. It's amazing. But what we wanted to, and I need some of y'all to help me with this, but if you don't, I'll be real disappointed. We wanted to take our business to a whole nother level. So we introduced the Ultimate Makeover. You see, we knew our product was good enough. If we didn't have any other product than the Ultimate Body Applicator, we can create that $100 million in sales this year. There's no question. But we knew a lot of people out there, they wanted to take their benefits that they were receiving to a whole other level. The problem is, how many of you are doctors in the room? 1, 2. That's okay. You probably know nutrition. You know how to break down things. I'm not. I'm a college dropout. I don't know about products. I just know that if I put it in and I can get results, that's great. I need somebody to tell me how many to take, what to take, when to take it. That's what the Ultimate Makeover is. The Ultimate Makeover takes our products and our system and it puts together in different packages. This first pack is called the Wrap Pack. Now those of you over there, you can't see it, but it's a box of our applicators, 4 boxes of our applicators with a small defining gel. Defining gel is fantastic. I don't use any kind of lotion anymore on my face or anything like that. You just take that defining gel, put it from your head to your toe. It's fantastic. That's the Wrap Pack. If you're interested more on just working on the outside of your body, the Wrap Pack is perfectly for you. Perfect for you. The Skinny Pack, if you're interested in mainly working on the outside, but you don't want to absorb as much of the fat that you're putting in, you know, it's kind of like the lazy person's way not to be as unhealthy. It's kind of the way I look at it. You get the Skinny Pack, plus you get a full size of the defining gel and a product called Fat Fighter. How many of you love to eat? All right. I love to eat. I do. The food here is actually really good if you have it at that Southwestern restaurant.
We got it all.
Oh, well, that's right. Toledo got it all. And it's warm here. What's going on with the weather?
Brought it home from conference.
Brought it home from conference? I like that. But what's cool about the Fat Fighter, what it does, I don't know how it does it. Don't ask me. All I know is you eat, and within an hour after you eat, take 2 or 3 Fat Fighters, it's not going to let as much fat in that food stay in your body. Some of it's just going to continue on. You know, I'd rather some of it continue on out of my body as opposed to staying in. That's what the Fat Fighter does. You can imagine the health benefits that can do for you. If you want to take it to a whole nother level, our Fit Pack adds our ProFit, our protein shake, and our greens. How many of y'all eat like a rabbit every day? Salads, vegetables, 6 to 8 servings. Handful of people. You're the good ones in the crowd. I don't. I take my greens. I cheat. It's just a lot easier because I like pizza. And then you have the Ultimate Pack, which adds our essential bars. Now these I love because I love to snack. I'm a real good example for you guys up here, right? I love to eat, I love pizza, I love to snack. I mean, that's what most people in the world want to do. But if we can supplement, if I can wrap once a week or every 72 hours and continue tightening, toning, and firming, I can drink a shake in the morning for breakfast, have an essential bar as a snack as opposed to a candy bar. I know it's better for me, and here's the great part. I still get to have the great taste. And that's what I love about these packages. You look at Joel up here. Joel's from up in Michigan. I mean, he had tremendous results. Lost 27 pounds. Young lady over here, 34 pounds. Nina over here lost 30 pounds. Just by following this system, because this is a no-think system. You don't have to think what to do. It's laid out for you. And we actually have a community. You can go online and follow step by step by step, so you don't have to try to figure out what do I need. And it's a great package from the Wrap Pack all the way to the Ultimate Pack to get amazing results. Now here's why I am here tonight. I hope that after you rub shoulders with a few people that are next to you that are having some success, you know, come talk to me, talk to Pam, talk to Carrie, talk to Stacy, talk to Lisa, talk to a few people that are having tremendous success in their business. My hope is that you get some hope back. Because a lot of people, they give up hope, right? You give a hand for that, that's awesome. While I'm here, I want you, if you're not already, I want you to get started with It Works. Period. That's what I want. That's what I want you to do tonight. It's 99 bucks. You start your It Works career, you set up an $80 BV a month auto ship. Use it for yourself, your own products. You start your career for $99. How many of you own a traditional business in the room? Did it cost you more than $99? Yes, it did. This is a way that you can start a multi-million-dollar a month business for $99. You're doing it right now. People in this room that are running multi-million-dollar, people in this room running $10, $12 million a year businesses off a $99 starter pack.
Million a month.
$1 million a month. That's amazing. That's what I want if you're a guest in the room. Just do it. Don't question it. Don't try to figure it out. Do it. It's $99. You get a box of our applicators and our business builder kit. Try the product. And if you really want to launch your business in a way, and you see all these other people having this kind of success, throw a wrap party. A wrap party is where you can have an awesome, awesome time. What I'd like you to do is give a big hand and bring back up our Director of Marketing, Pam Souter. We're going to talk a little about that. And what I want you to do is, if you're really serious to take it to the next level, boost. How many of you have bought the booster package? A lot of you. That's awesome. Booster package is the best deal the company offers, period. It's over $620 worth of product for $499. So I'm a simple math guy. When it comes to business and pretty much anything, I look, does it make sense? Now, in my younger days, I just did it, right? I found out about these little plastic things that you could swipe. And you know people give you stuff when you do that. But you know they send you bills for that. I didn't realize that yet at a young age. But when I started getting smart, I said, does it make sense? Can I make my money back? And is the risk very low? Well, the booster pack, it pays the boost. Let's do the math. $99 to get started with your It Works career. $4.99 if you can to get a booster pack. You get 24 of our Ultimate Body applicators, 12 of our facials, 100 Blitz cards, 24 of our presentation catalogs, and you're receiving a full bottle of defining gel and a full bottle of our Fat Fighter. And Pam, when you do the math, it just adds up, right?
It does. How many of you have had wrap parties? What do you love most?
The cash.
The cash. The cash. All right, in a lot of companies, you sample. Well, we do that. We sample and try the product, but they pay us to do that. $25 to $30 per application. So if you look at the wrap pack and what it offers you, it gives you enough product to earn $900 in cash if you're charging $25 a piece. So you're buying the business builder kit for $99. If you're boosting to get that product, which you'll need, that's $4.99. And Mike, if you do the math, that's a $300 profit. $300 profit, you're not out of anything. And in addition to that, you'll have the tools that you need to help build your business, such as the IT catalog. You get 24 of those, 100 of the Blitz cards. How many of you blitz?
All right.
All right, blitzing is a technique that we use with a coupon to offer our product with the coupon to either host a wrap party or try for $25 or $30. So, Mike, when you look at that, and also the defining gel and the Fat Fighter, and to run your business every single month, to keep your business running, you'll purchase $80 worth of product each and every month to keep it up and going and to get those continued commission checks. How many of you have earned commission checks from us?
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I love it. You know what? When you do the math and it makes sense, you should just do it. And when you have your business, when you launch it with that wrap party, that's when we go to step number 2. You see, these 3 steps are what we call our steps to success. And most other businesses out there that I've been involved with or that I've seen, you go to someone and you say, how do I do this? And whatever this is, that's an amount of money. How do I earn $2,000 a month? How do I earn my money back? Most of them look at you like, huh? You mean you want me to, huh? I just want you to join, I want you to buy my product and go do it. We have 3 steps. You follow these 3 steps, and we're going to show you here in just a second exactly how you can earn whatever kind of income that you're looking for by simply following these 3 steps and showing other people. And Pam, at a wrap party, step number 2, we say get more with 4. So at a wrap party, when you're wrapping people and they're trying the product out and they're paying you cash for that, how many people have been involved with network marketing prior to ITWORKS? I know Pam asked that before. Let me see. Have you ever sampled products? Does the company just give you samples for free? No. You got to pay for those. $2, $3, $4, $5. People pay you $25 minimum to try the Ultimate Body Applicator. So if they don't become a distributor and start their career, if they don't purchase anything extra, you still make money. And that's the great thing about this. So you get more with 4 by gathering loyal customers. You're going to receive discounted, every 2 loyal customers that you get discounted wraps. And it's just amazing what else can come with that with our Fast Start bonus.
And what I love about the loyal customer program is, we all have wrap parties, and we have 8 to 10 on average guests at each party. Well, a handful of those, they want to be customers. So we give them a discounted price to become a loyal customer. They get perks along the way as they purchase each month. A percentage of that will go towards free product. Also, we have incentives for free shipping. So we really honor our customers by giving them discounts, incentives to join, and in return for that, you earn commissions each and every month from every product that they earn. And there's no membership fee. We actually waive that for them. And I also love this part. When you sponsor a new distributor and help them gather 2 of their first 4 loyals, you earn a $100 Fast Start bonus. So there's incentives up front to gather those customers as well.
How many of you have a cell phone on you right now? Okay. How many of you have at least 3 people in that cell phone that have complained to you about something in the last month?
Or the last 24 hours.
Yeah. How many of you that was your spouse? The majority, right? Typically, we're on each other about money. You find 3 people that understand math, that understand how to purchase something, share it with somebody else, and get results. Step 3 is go Ruby, and that's get 3 friends to do it with you. And right now, if you're brand new, if you get started by March 31st, and you complete these 3 steps, you start your ITWORKS career, you join, you boost your party, boosting's optional. Number 2, you gather your loyal customers, and then you go Ruby within your first calendar month, that first 30 days, we're going to guarantee in writing contractually. It's not something we're just up here saying, it's when you get started, you're agreeing to this, we're going to guarantee you that you will make a minimum of $599 income with ITWORKS Global. And if you don't, ITWORKS will make up the difference to $599. So you make a minimum income your first month and $599. But you got to get started by March 31st in what we call March Madness right now.
How many of you are Rubies in the room? Would all the Rubies please stand up?
Give them a hand.
As you can see, you can go Ruby. Congratulations to each one of you. And this is the steps to success. Step 1, 2, and 3, which takes us to a position called Diamond. And when you achieve a position called Diamond, you have the ability to earn what we call our cab bonuses. And this is where it gets really, really exciting. And in order to become a diamond, you create 3 rubies. So our pathway is to step 3, get to ruby, build 3 rubies, go diamond. And when you receive a diamond pin from us, and I love to pin you on when you come down to green carpet, it's a real honor to get that. And Mark Pentecost says that's a license to print money. And Mike, it truly is when you look at all the 80s up there, what do those 80s mean?
Well, they represent dollars. How many of you in this room are a diamond?
All the diamonds, please stand up.
Stand up. Stand up. Give them a hand.
Here's a great position. Congratulations.
You're doing fantastic. Here's a great part. You guys can have a seat. Thank you. Here's a great part about diamond. When you become a diamond, and then you introduce ITWORKS Global to the next person. So, what's your name? Martina. So I introduce it to Martina. She goes out and gets excited about this business. Every single person that she helps launch their ITWORKS career, and then every person that they help, and they help. So let's say every single person behind Martina in this entire building decided to start their ITWORKS career. And they follow step 1 and just step 2. They don't even do step 3. I'm going to make $80, $80, $80, $80, $80, $80, $80, $80, $80. You get the drift, right? It's unlimited levels forever. And that's a good.
Forever. And I know Carrie has hundreds of people coming in her business each and every month. She has the opportunity, because she's Presidential Diamond, to not earn just $80, but $145 per person. $145. So what I'd like to do now is, are there any double diamonds in the room? Any double diamonds? Stand up. Amen. Double diamonds have the ability to earn 120, 120, 120, 120 through unlimited levels. How about the triples? Triple diamonds, please stand up. You guys have some strong leadership here. Lisa, how much per person?
130.
135.
I don't even know. It's just a lot of money.
I love it. Trusting. 135, 135, 135, 135. That adds up. And thank you, ladies. Congratulations on your position. They're getting ready to go presidential this month. I think we're going to have some massive celebration. Now we brought up a chart. Average monthly distributor earnings. What we did as a company, you know, when I first started in this industry, people would say, oh, you can make $1,000 a month. I wanted to know how to do that. You know, nobody could ever really lay it out for me. And that's what I love about, you know, us teaching you the steps to success. And to me, that unlocks the money. That teaches us how to do that. But then along the way, we get there, we want to go, what's an average Ruby earn? And if you look up here, they earn $5.99 on average each and every month. So think about, would that help you with your dreams? Would that help you get that car that you want? Maybe pay off that credit card debt. So let's look at the numbers here. And Mike, when you see these, each step, they go up.
I love that. So if you're looking for an extra $2,000 a month, that's what we call our diamond position. Now, these are the average incomes. There are diamonds that make much, much more than this, but these are the average incomes of all of our diamonds that are earning a check from ITWORKS Global. So the great thing about that, we know exactly how to show you how to become a diamond. It's not, you know, guesswork out there, right? You're going to follow the steps to success. You're going to accomplish that yourself. And we're going to help 3 other people do that and become a ruby. And we'll show you exactly how to become diamonds. So you have a starting point and a finishing point. You know, the biggest problem with, you know, the different things in the world is that we don't know that finishing point. We don't know exactly what we have to do. But here's what I found out. If I have a starting point and a finishing point, I know I have the ability to get there if I keep on. If I don't quit, I can get there. So as you go on up to triple, the average income over $10,000 a month, presidential, the average income over $16,000, and ambassador, well over $30,000, and those are very, very low with the incomes that are being earned right now. So what's really cool is that this is your roadmap. We say Ruby's the roadmap to diamond, and then diamond just continues to double diamond, triple diamond, presidential, and ambassador. And just imagine, Pam, if you're a little above average.
Well, and what I love about it is a lot of you have already achieved these, so it's achievable. And so what we want you to do tonight is pick your number. And then get with the person that brought you here tonight. Your upline here is very, very strong. They can map this out for you. So if your goal is $2,000 a month, they can show you how to do that. And some of you are doing that in cash, just with the parties. So this is just the income that ITWORKS actually sends you on the 15th of the month, of each and every month. This is what I love about the program. You're earning cash along the way. These are incomes that are generated off those 80s, Mike, off the fast start bonuses, off the residual income of your customers and your distributors and what they're purchasing each and every month.
I love that. Before I turn it back to Pam and let her talk to a few people in the crowd, what I want you to do is let's go back and let's talk about your dreams and talk about your income. You know, the choice is really this. I remember, and some of you probably heard me tell this story, but it's something that impacted me in a way that I have to consistently tell it to really help maybe somebody in the audience. Because what I really want I told you, I want you to get started. I want you to get some hope back. But if I can impact one person, if Pam can impact one person, if Carrie can impact one person, if you can impact one person in the crowd to go out and change their life, it's worth the trip. That's just the way I look at it. That's the way we look at it. That's the way ITWORKS look at it. And I remember I walked into this mega superstore. I don't know if they have them up north. They tell me not to say the name of it, but it was IKEA. And I walked in, and right when you're going up the escalator to this particular IKEA in Florida, in the Orlando area, and it said on the wall, first thing that you see, it said, don't give up on your dreams, just shrink them. I got mad. And those of you that know me well enough, I'm a pretty passionate, fun, a little bit crazy guy. And when I saw that, I'm like, whoop, I'm done. I turned around literally and started walking down the escalator. And my wife's going, what are you doing? Get back up here. She goes, I have just plenty of things to buy. I said, I will personally never, ever, ever buy anything from the store. Because I got so affected. I thought, what kind of mentality does somebody have to tell people to shrink their dreams? You know what? I understand their marketing because I'm a pretty smart marketer. I understand their marketing to the masses because, unfortunately, as a society, we've been beat down to think that all we deserve is what we got. And I'm here to tell you it's not true. You deserve whatever you want, and you can get it. If a college dropout can stand up here right now and tell you you can live where you want to live, you can drive what you want to drive, you can buy the home that you want to have, you can have multiple homes, you can have a thriving bank account with no credit card debt. If a kid from Missouri, you don't have a clue what he was doing, dropped out of college, can go out and do those things, I'm telling you, you can do those things. Because there's people here that are doing it in your area. All you got to do is latch on to what's happening. So what I hope you do is grow your income, not shrink your dreams. And, Pam, we like to have a lot of fun, and a lot of people up here, they have a lot of fun, and maybe I'll turn it back over to you and let a few people hear about the fun people are having in Toledo.
Thank you. Let's give it up for Mike. Thank you, Mike. Mike, I didn't know you dropped out of college. All right. Could I have Stacy up here, please? Let's bring up Stacy. Stacy is triple inspiration. Stacy, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
She's here tonight. Her son broke his arm again, so she's
at 3.
Yeah. So Stacy, how long have you been with us?
I've been in almost a year and a half now.
So how's your life changed?
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, okay, there it is. Let me have it back. Who wants to do whatever they want? No, I'm just kidding. Anybody want to do whatever they want? I think that's a big dream, isn't it? Do whatever you want. So what's that entail for you?
Well, I used to work midnights as a nurse and work behind a bar and do anything, clean houses, so that I could afford to take care of my kids. And I still couldn't afford to do anything for them. I could just feed them. And now they say, like, Mom, can we get this $1,200 bike? And I say, well, you're going to be 15 Sunday. Are you sure you want a bike? Yeah, we can just sell it. I'm like, okay. I get to decide to say no. I don't have to say no anymore. I don't have to work anymore either. Not a J-O-B, just over broke.
Well, what's your day like? I mean, how are you actually out here building this dream, building this business? Because you've got a team in Australia, you've got teams all over the country.
Generally, I get up at about 6:30 every day, get my kids up, and it takes us about an hour to get out the door. During that hour, it's nighttime in Australia, so I'm on the computer coaching my girls in Australia. And then 7:30, I run them to school, I come home, and we have an hour of puppy time, because I had to have a puppy. I have distributors swinging in and out of the house all day. 2-3 days a week I'm on the road just meeting new people, and I don't blitz on purpose. I go live my life on purpose and always take blitz cards with me. So I just always have a stack in the car and a stack in my purse, and when they're all gone I go home and get more. So
you're just every day, like we should be, just doing the business.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. I mean, if you have to make a big ordeal out of it, it's not really fun anymore. So I have a wardrobe of ITWORKS shirts and then a wardrobe of other green and black things that I can wear too, and I get dressed and I go. And sometimes I'm in my pajamas and I go into the coffee shop and say, have you ever heard of the Ultimate Body Applicator? And they say, the what? I say, the Ultimate Body Applicator. Here, I'll give you a coupon. And they say, what is it? What does it do? And I say, well, how does it work? And I would say, it works great. Why don't you come in the bathroom with me and you can try it?
So she's a Starbucks rapper. I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, great. And she's headed towards a huge promotion this month. Lisa, can I have you come up? Lisa Fuller, come up, please. Come on, Lisa. Another rock star in our business. I love this girl.
She's gonna do this. I don't like not being prepared.
Okay, well, I'll hang on to you. How about that? That'll help.
Maybe Angie feel my heart was going down. And I just did a boot camp with more people in the room than this, and I don't know why.
Well, you know what? It's good to be nervous. That's a great kind of excitement. What's it been like for you to be a part of this company?
Absolutely life-changing. I mean, where we were a year and a half ago was absolutely not where we are right now. We were just probably like a lot of other people in this room right now. You know, struggling and not, you know, trying to live paycheck to paycheck and having to tell my kids no about certain things. And really, honestly, where we were, I never thought that we could have more than we had, period. So by accident, I was given this rap, and well, here we are now, a year and a half later. And, you know, we've had a new car, we're traveling, and we're never going to have to work again. I'm, you know, crossing my fingers, so.
You won't, I promise you.
I don't think so.
You're going to the top with this. So, Lisa, what could you tell everybody that's listening tonight that's maybe taking a look at us, or maybe they're already on board and just really haven't started yet?
Well, I just think the main thing you need to know is that it doesn't take anybody special to do this business. What I mean by that is, I mean, yeah, you gotta be special. You gotta like to hear the word no a lot, but you have to push through those no's, because you're going to find the right people. It's not going to happen overnight for everybody. You've got to stick with this business, because there is no other thing out there that's going to do what happened for us. We're just regular, everyday, average people. And there's nothing else out there in the world. There's not an opportunity out there like this, period. A one-of-a-kind product, first to market, the growth we're experiencing is just insane. And, you know, basically you just want a winning lottery ticket. You just need to cash it in, and if you don't, you're silly.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. Karen, can I have you on mic, come on? And we'd love for you to bring your children up just to say hello if they're willing to walk up. Jake has a few words, I hope. Jake, you have a few words? Jake is an avid greens user. He absolutely loves our greens, so could you tell everybody just a little bit about the greens?
They're very good.
They're really good. All right, so what do they feel like when you take them? Do they taste okay?
Yes.
How do you take them?
I just put them on my tongue and wash them down with water.
Just stick the scoop on your tongue and take a swig of water. That's what I do. All right, that's hot. I love it. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. All right, and so let's introduce your family.
That was Jake. He's 9. This is Mackenzie. She's my volleyball player. She's 13, and Cameron is a junior at Whitmer, and he is 17.
What a beautiful family. So you're proud of your parents? You should be. We absolutely are going to cry. We love these guys. They are just so much fun, and we've had them at our home, and I've watched you two grow and mature in this business, and you know, you're just taking it to the top, and I so appreciate everything that you're doing. And I love the fact that Mike is retired now and working full-time with Carrie. But he's able to travel and watch the kids grow up, and both of you, and be able to go to your volleyball tournaments and do things with you. And Cameron, have you enjoyed this journey with your parents?
I get to see my parents more often. Mike's home a lot more.
Oh, let's talk about that. You get to go ahead and say that again, please.
My parents are home more often. I get to see Mike more often. When he worked at Daimler Chrysler, he was never home to see us. He came home, we went to school, by the time we got back, I'd say hi to him, and he'd be like, I'm out the door. We never got to see him. Mom did her business, which was pure romance at the time.
Always in trouble!
A little hard to talk about, right? Oh, I love it. Thank you. Are you one day, or is this something you might take a look at?
I'm hoping to join this business when I get money.
Okay, wonderful, Cameron. Thank you. Carrie's going to join the meeting team. Would you like to say anything about, no? You know, I was maybe your age, I would have said no thanks. So Carrie, what's this been like for you and your family?
This has been the biggest life changer of anything that I've attempted. It's just complete life changing.
And so, you know, your husband's with you now, the children, they're fully engaged. I just love it, a networking family. Could you have envisioned this 2 years ago?
I thought I sounded stupid.
No. Networking was never in my mind.
And you know, Mike actually parties. He does parties without Carrie. He's a real man, And I love that. Well, we're enjoying watching you all in this business. I know Mark and I think very, very much of you and great leadership. They are actually featured in Success from Home magazine. So you want to go to Barnes & Noble. It's out on the stands this month. Let everyone know that someone in this area has achieved that status of not only is the money coming in, but also the family. And that's more important than anything, being able to spend more time with your family. So that means everything. Thank you both so much. Thank you. I hope that you all enjoyed us tonight as much as we've enjoyed you. And what we'd like to do now is take a 10-minute break. We're going to come back with some incredible training. And then we're also going to do a wrap drawing. If you have not put an applicator in the drawing, who do they see?
Lisa.
Lisa. See Lisa, put a drawing, a wrapping. We're going to draw for all of those wraps. And also, if you want pictures, we're available for that. And just take a few minutes and come back. And if anybody has results, we want to hear the results. Thank you. Okay, the product works. That's why we call the company It Works. Tonight, what Mike and I would like to do, because we have quite a few of you who are new with us, is give you a couple of very strong tips on how to build your business. So you're interested in that?
Yes.
And one of the ways that you can do that is by becoming a product of the product. And Jeff, would you mind coming up for just a second? Do you mind? Just come on. Let's give Jeff a hand. Woo! I don't like to tell people ahead of time because they start
Thinking.
getting red and trying to make up stuff. So Jeff, don't make up anything. Jeff, what happened at conference?
I became a believer. I was very skeptical. My wife was in the business for maybe not quite a year at the time, around a year. But I was just didn't believe in it, didn't know much about it, and wasn't a believer at that time.
So you went to the doctor, and the doctor wanted you to lose how much weight?
At least 50 pounds.
At least 50 pounds. So you were going to get on their program. And what did their program consist of?
I received a letter back in November, said you do Weight Watchers, a U of M medical weight loss program, or a pedometer program. And I was scheduled to start that the day after we got home from conference, January 26th. Went to the nutritionalist, and I said, after going to conference and becoming a believer in the product and learning about the product, I was all in myself. And I went to the nutritionalist and said, I'm going to do my wife's product with It Works. And if you have to kick me out of the U of M program, so be it. And that was January 26th, 8 weeks ago today. And right now I'm down over about 53 pounds.
Sexy back?
I'm getting there. I feel a little shaking the legs right now because I'm nervous.
Well, congratulations, Jeff. Thank you so much. Thank you. 53 pounds. Wow. That's a shake, a couple of shakes a day and a meal. They were going to put him on 7 shakes, no meal. So he's having a couple of our ProFit shakes and a meal every night, down 53 pounds in 8 weeks.
Wow.
8 weeks.
I think he'll be a customer for life on Auto Ship for Life, and that's the ultimate goal of what we do. We use the Ultimate Body Applicator as our lead, right? We're first to market. You saw everything about that. You know, you use that to get people in the door, and naturally, once they're in the company, what do they want to do? They want to find out, what else do you have? So, you know, don't lose focus on who we are. We're that wrap company. You know what I mean? We're the wrap company.
We're the wrap company. And tonight, those of you who are guests, you came here because of that product. And we love the greens. Absolutely, it's our #2 seller, the Defining Gel, the Facial, the New You, the Pro Fit, the Thermo Fit. These are incredible products that we've added to our product line. But if I went out into the marketplace and started talking about Pro Fit, they're just going to think it's just another one of those shakes, right? So what we always want to keep in mind when we're out marketing and we're talking to friends, to family, to people that we meet out through perhaps our blitzing, is always lead with the ultimate body applicator. That is your dangling carrot. And then once you have that product on them, then you have the ability at that time, through that IT catalog, to utilize that as your tool to introduce them to our products and our opportunity. And Mike, the biggest thing that we want to talk about tonight is duplication. Duplication. Would you, do you feel that there's something going on with this company right now? Do you feel like, you know, you've been a part of us now for over a year. Do you sense duplication is taking place? Do you sense that growth is astronomical right now? So timing is of the essence now to understand the art of duplication.
That's right. And what you have to do, you know, the leaders in this room, you follow their lead. What they're doing is the same thing over and over and over and over again. And in the beginning, it was just them, right? I'm a baseball fan. You know, we drove by the baseball stadium on the way here, and in baseball, we call a batting average what really dictates how much a lot of the players get paid in the major leagues. That's what it is. If they hit the ball 3 times out of 10, they make millions of dollars a year. Well, you would think, my goodness, they're missing 7 times, and they're still making all kinds of money for losing, quote unquote, 70% of the time. But see, they didn't start hitting 3 out of 10 from day one. They were in that batting cage every day, hitting hundreds of baseballs, you know, boom, 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 and they missed a lot more than they hit, but they got to the point where they were getting 1 out of 10. And then over time, they were getting 2 out of 10. And then if they were really super duper great, they would get 3 out of 10, and they would get picked up to go to the major leagues, and they would make millions of dollars a year. You see, we're all, as when we start out, we're what we call minor league IT workers. That's what we are. We got to learn our ratio, learn how to duplicate it. It starts with us. It starts with one person going out, and we talk about blitzing. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about how you start your career and you go through the steps of success to building a Ruby. But if you go out every day yourself, you got to be dedicated to go out and blitz, to go out and share this business, this product with people through our blitz card. And we talk about 10 blitz cards a day and 1 success magazine in play. So 10 a day, 1 in play means you're putting that blitz card in 10 people's hands, or you're placing it 10 places, and 1 success magazine a day. And the first time that you're doing that, it's just you. But then I share it with Mike, and Mike says, you know what, I'm willing to do 10 blitz cards a day, 1 magazine in play. Now, because of this compensation plan, because we can earn off helping other people, my results are now doubled. If I'm doing 10 a day, Mike's doing 10 a day. Now I have 20 blitz cards a day and 2 success magazines going out on our behalf. What if we each find 1 more person? We have Carrie, we have Lisa. Now I continue doing it. Now there's 40 blitz cards going out a day on my behalf for success magazines. We each find 1 more person each. Well, now there's 80. You get it, right? How many people do you think have to be exposed on a daily basis to start having success in this business? Not too many. If you had 100 blitz cards going out on your behalf every day and 10 success magazines, you could probably have a lot of success in this business.
And you know what I love about this? You know, when you're first starting, it is just you. And I remember starting my first business. Back then, VHS tapes, this is dating it, just came out. And people would actually watch them because it was a new technology. Would that work today? No, because no one has a VHS player. Are we more connected through vehicles like Facebook, texting? So those are options for us. Who came on board because of Facebook? So quite a few of you. So there's techniques for that as well, but when I first started in networking, I used a VHS tape, and I would get 10 of those out. And they were pricey back then, so I wanted to get them back, and it was my way of following up. So a Success magazine is around $3, plus you pay tax and you pay shipping on it. So your goal is to get that out, but pick it up. You want to pick it back up, and to do that, you just say, I'd love to leave this with you for a couple of days. I'm going to give you a call back. I've got some others that want to read it. So that gives you the opportunity to follow back up. Also with blitzing, when we're talking about 10 blitz cards in play, this could be 10 cards that you actually physically hand to someone, or you lay down, or you put them on in a coffee table or Jiffy Lube. It doesn't have to be a handoff. But the goal is just to get that in motion. And somebody's going to pick that up. I loved it. This girl just Facebooked me, said she had a no-show party, tied 6 blitz cards on 6 different balloons, let them off up in the air. A woman found one of them and called her. Now, I don't say that we should see balloons all over Toledo tonight. But she did that. Somebody found it and picked it up. So that's what happens when you just release a lot of energy, and that's what we're talking about, just releasing a lot of energy in your business, starting something. So for some of you, why don't you blitz? Who blitzes? Do you have fun with it? Yeah, it's fun. Or would some of you say that you don't, and maybe it might be a little fear-based, not maybe knowing what to say? Or heaven forbid they call you. And then what? You know, I handed them the card and they called. Now I need to know what to say. The words will come when they start to call you. They're interested. If they're calling you, they're interested. So, Mike, one of the techniques we teach is the art of the blitz. And it really is saying less, and less is more.
Well, you know, we say the less you say, the more money you make. And, you know, when you getting over fear, let's just establish something real quick. I'm not a psychologist, but here's what I know. I know that 95% of the things that we worry about in life never come true. They just don't. You think about the last 5 things that you've worried about, you know, it's things that 3 or 4 days later just kind of goes away. It's amazing. A lot of us react, right? What we should do is respond. React is a negative, respond is a positive. And how you get over fear is use tools. Like Success Magazine, I took it to the back, but like Success Magazine, you know, one thing, how many of you, I just got to ask this, because I remember, and I didn't share this last night, and it just didn't come up. You know, some things just kind of come when you say something, and you talked about, you know, fear, and I think about this, how many of you, there's a few people that you really want in this business, but you're a little chicken. You're a little chicken to go talk to them, right? How many of you don't mind getting a little radical, to just do something to really get their attention? What I did when I first got started in 1998, zero credibility, college dropout, and I was going to make $1 million. I had nothing to show it. I'm driving a beat-up Mazda. I mean, I got nothing but nothing. All I got is an opportunity and a dream, and I'm going to share it with somebody.
You had no game.
I had no, well, I wasn't going to go that far, man. But probably not, no. Because a guy that would wear a button that said, lose weight now, ask me how, didn't get a lot of girls asking him what was going on. But got a lot of money at the end of the day and got the girl I wanted, so it all worked out. But what I did is I needed to, you know, build up that excitement. And I would literally, and this is just something, if you want to get a little radical, just to have some fun with some people with this Success Magazine, I would literally call up those people. Usually it's my close friends that I was a little scared to talk to, because I was like, what are they going to think about me? Are they going to think that I'm just a dork and I'm not knowing what I'm doing and that skinny patch thing or whatever?
Who cares?
You know? And I didn't know how to approach them. And somebody told me, they said, you know what? Call them up and tell them, are you going to be home the next 10 minutes? Well, yeah, I'm going to be home. Click, hang up on them. So they're going, what in the world Mike just called? And I did this dozens and dozens of times. You'd be amazed how many people we brought into our business early on. And I would get up to their house. I'd drive normal over there. But right before I'd get into their driveway, I'd pull in there. I'd pull right in their driveway and I'd slam on my brakes. And usually they come walking out the front door looking. And I didn't walk to the front door. I sprinted to their front door. At the time, I had a videotape. You do the same thing with Success Magazine. And I'd run in there and I said, you've got to see this, push play. With Success Magazine, what you got to do, you've got to see this. There's a lady that I know, Carrie. She's in this magazine. Read this right now. And step back and let them read it. All you got to do ultimately is get something in front of someone and then let them make a decision or not, whether or not it's for them. And at the end of the day, you can have a little fun with it as well. And you do that a few times, your friends are going to start talking. They're going to say, did Mike come over and screech his, did he come over your driveway like came over to mine? What's he doing? I don't know, but he was over in Toledo the other night at the Grand Plaza, and there's a bunch of other people apparently. Maybe we should check this out. Did you hear about his friend that's in Success Magazine? And all of a sudden, people, that buzz starts talking. See, most of us have that fear because we have that chatter, that I can't chatter. I'm scared. What am I going to do? What are you going to do if this thing doesn't work and you got that negative coming in this ear? You know what? You can start a positive chatter by just going out there and doing it. And if you're consistent with that 10 a day and 1 in play, that fear will eventually go away because you realize when they do call, they do want to spend money.
They're ready. They've probably researched it, looked it up online. You've got your website on there. So that for those of you who are new, this is a Blitz card. And on one side is a before and after with the pictures down at the bottom that you saw on the screen tonight of all the places that you could place the applicator. And on the other side is a picture of the applicator and also a place for you to put your information. And also on the back is the coupon, actually, with what they receive. And I love somebody said today, they call them up and say, would you like to redeem your coupon? And I think that's so smart, and I heard that today. So this is, if I'm in the grocery store, if I'm at the front desk here at the hotel, somebody's nice to me, I'm going to absolutely offer them a coupon. It's like giving a gift, isn't it? So it's all the way that we look at things. Now, some of you approach it from the viewpoint that you're trying to take something away from them. And that's a viewpoint that you want to dismiss. It is about giving them a gift. A coupon is something that they can redeem, right? So it's a great way for you to go out on a daily basis. And a lot of you have jobs. Who has jobs other than ITWORKS? So you're out daily, or do you go to lunch? Do you go to the bank? Are there people that you work with? When you go to the grocery store, you go to the bank, go to the dry cleaners, you go through a drive-through, anywhere you go, it's an opportunity to be nice and give somebody a coupon. And so whenever I'm approaching someone, I just do this. And remember always, less is more. Because what you're doing is you're getting ready to approach someone about the product who is a potential distributor. Now, I believe everybody is a fantastic prospect. Unfortunately, we ruin them. We ruin them because we give them too much information, we talk way too fast, and we're trying to tell everything to them out of nervousness within a few minutes. And they back up and just can't, they want to get away. Have you ever gone into a store, wanted to shop in that store, and that sales rep is on you the entire time, and it's just an awful feeling? Maybe buying a car, anything. So what I do, out of respect to them, most importantly out of respect to me and my time, I keep it very, very simple, because I want to give that prospect the opportunity to develop what I call a brain cell for this product. Because they've never seen it before, have they? They've never heard it before. They have no idea what you're talking about. It's not like I go up and say, I just bought a new car and it's a Mercedes. They can picture that, can't they? They can't picture the ultimate body applicator. They can't picture that, can they? So we don't say that word. We don't say it works. We don't say what's in it. We simply do this. If I see Mike in a grocery store, and let's say we're friends, we knew each other, we haven't seen each other for 10 years. I start a conversation with Mike, great to see you, and he starts asking me questions back, I start asking him, and then I can use, I love Mike's line, oh, by the way, Mike, would it be okay if I give you a coupon for a product that I'm introducing to Toledo? Now, is he going to say no? No, I don't want that coupon. No, because he's not going to say no, because I'm giving it to him as I'm saying it. And I hand it to him with this side. So I hand him the coupon. I hand him the coupon and then I zip it or duct tape it. I don't say another word. All right, so everyone just do that. Pretend like you're doing this right now. Everyone do this. Bring your hand back and zip it. And just look at Mike.
That Mike.
That Mike. So I'm giving Mike the opportunity to look at it. Now the first one that speaks loses. Okay, loses that conversation. Okay, I want to be a winner and I want Mike to be a winner, right? So, what's the first question they usually ask?
What is it?
What is it? Well, Mike, this is what it is, and this is what it does. And then I give him the other side. And then I zip it. Then what is he going to ask me?
How's it work?
Well, how does it work? Memorize this. I don't know. All I know is I put it on, second application next day, my boxer shorts fell off. Okay, is that a good thing? Well, probably. Whatever your story is. Do you really know how it works? Mike, do you know how it works? You referenced that earlier.
No, I did.
Okay, so this is, do you want to know how it works? The ingredients, right? But this is what we don't want to do is tell them. Because all of you are going to start to try to sound scientific. Like you're a doctor or a nurse. You're going to give them a whole health seminar standing in the beer aisle of the grocery store. They don't want to hear that. You're going to try to use big words that you cannot pronounce properly. You're going to be like Darlene Roth, who says, well, it goes in and attacks that fat cell, opens it up, and it flushes out through. And you're going, I don't want anything to flush out through me like that. You're using all these graphics, and then you're just throwing up all over them, and all they want to do is get away from you. Can everyone say, I don't know, all I know is?
I don't know, all I know is.
This is what it did for me. Because I even do that. So I'm in a doctor's office with a distributor talking to a doctor, his name's Bob, and his wife Kim. She took me for support and for the medical information. And I said, I'm not saying anything, but I'll go with you for support. And she is like a deer in the headlights. She's so nervous. So we walk in, we start talking to Kim and Bob. And I said, Bob's like, what is it? What's in it? How does it work? I said, Bob, I'm not a doctor. All I know is I put it on, second application, next morning my boxer shorts started falling down. Bob, I've wrapped thousands of people with extreme results in some cases. Some had to use it 2 or 3 times, just like you do in your office here with Botox, Restylane, and all the other things that you do. Bob, you'll never understand this product until I put it on you. His wife, Kim, says, Bob, take your shirt off. Bob takes his white jacket off, his blue shirt off. We measure him in 3 places. He puts it on. He puts his shirt, his jacket back on. He goes out and tends to his patients. 45 minutes later, Bob comes in. We have results from the applicator. Bob says, Kim, buy whatever you want. That's as much talking as I did. While he was out there, we were talking about how she could utilize it in that facility. Nothing more was discussed on ingredients. If they want to know ingredients, if Mike said, what's in it? I would hand him whatever I had with me. It could be a brochure, the back of the box, or the ingredients list. I would show that to Mike. Now, when you give those ingredients lists to people, what do?
They glance at it.
Do they do this and then put it down?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they do? Isn't that what they do, Lisa? They read it and they put it down. They really don't care. So why don't they care, Mike? When you think about it.
It's just natural for us to object of things we don't know, right? When people come up and they tell us about this latest, greatest thing, the first thing that we naturally do is we want to save them from making the biggest mistake of their life. You know, if you're a Ford guy and somebody comes and says, man, you're going to love this new Chevy truck, man, you don't want a Chevy. You know, and vice versa. People naturally do that in life. And you know what? Don't try to figure out why. It's just the way it is. You know, what I learned a long time ago in this business from a guy named Jim Rome, he's passed on now, he's a business philosopher. He used to tell the story when you would try to wonder why things are the way they are, he just had a real simple explanation. He said, don't sign up for that class. So when somebody does something outlandish and they say, what is this ingredients? But if this isn't organic and raw and herbal and this and that and this, I can't take it. And then they take it and they go, and they put it down. Don't try to figure out why they do it. Just isn't that interesting? And go on with the business.
And you will build with such speed, and that's what we do. Isn't that interesting that they asked me that question? And I just go right over it. Anytime they ask me a question, I'm going to utilize a tool. Whether that tool is referring them to the website, referring them to a brag book with before and after pictures, referring them to an applicator brochure, the back of the box, whatever. Wherever I'm at, and I love this. We were just in a chiropractor's office. Mike and I went to observe a wrap party. See if there's anything that we could do to enhance that experience. And one of the women walks up, she's from another chiropractor's practice, and she said, well, what's in it? And I just opened up the book and I said, this is what's in it. And I just stood back, she read it for 1 second, closed the book and said, I want to try it. And that's what happens. And we make way too much of this. And how are you going to learn the answers to questions? So you're imagining, like Mike said, 95% of the questions you're imagining that you're going to get probably never will exist. You will get the same questions day in and day out. And you learn the answers by getting the questions. So we just have to take a step. We just step out. The first time or two you blitz, you're not going to enjoy it very much. But you get better at it. And you get better at it, and you get better at it, and it starts to become fun. And the faster you can have it become fun, the more people will come in your business because they can sense that. Doesn't everyone want to have fun? I mean, I travel a lot in airports. Most people are not having fun. They're not enjoying their life, and I'm blitzing through the airport. And I'm having fun just knowing somebody cool is going to pick that card up. And what I'll do is I'll leave a meeting. If I'm going to get on a plane, I'll take some of your blitz cards and I'll blitz them through the plane. I'll put them in the back. I'll take yours. I'll put them in the back seat pocket. We'll hand them to the flight attendant. I loved what Mike did. Mike one-upped me. He stood at the end of the runway. What's it? Not the runway. The jetway.
Not this Mike.
Like the board.
This Mike. Stood there and blitzed everyone as they came off the plane. I love it. There's a video of him doing that. Let's give him a hand. Because at conference, I said I was going to stand there and go, thank you for flying Delta. Thank you for flying Delta. And then the lady behind the counter, she wanted more information. It creates a buzz. Go in the most crowded Starbucks or Tim Hortons, wherever you want to go, the most crowded store. My daughter and one of her distributors went to Publix. They went up to get some steaks for that night. Gus said, what will change my life? They had on that shirt, it will change your life. Gus said, what will change my life? And he's just staring at him right here. My daughter turns a little bit red, she's 24, and she said, we will change your life. And he's like, how? She hands him a blitz card. He said, what is it? She, tells him, this is what it is, this is what it does. Here comes the other meat guy. Before you know it, one of the clerks from one of the aisles comes over, and here comes a couple of customers, and she said, we're just going to start going to Publix. They had everyone in Publix following them around Publix wanting to know what will change my life. That is a powerful shirt. Will you stand up? You have it on. This shirt pulls like crazy. It will change your life. Yes, love that shirt. So Mike, we've got the blitz. This is what it is. This is what it does. Now the phone call comes in. So what would you recommend at that point?
Well, again, the less you save, the more money you make. Your ultimate goal, we talk about tools a lot, right? The best tool that you have at your disposal is what? It's the applicator. Your best tool is the product. You see, most people out there think it's a Blitz card, or it's Success from Home magazine, or it's the website. Your best tool, like Pam was talking about, is get it on them. Get it on them, get it on them, get it on them, get it on them. So when somebody calls you up and they're asking questions and all this, say, listen, I can charge you $25, $30, depending on what you're charging. You could try the product out. Or you could, just like the Blitz card says, you could host a party with 5, 6, 7, 10 of your friends, and I could wrap you for free. Which one would you like to do?
Free.
Free. There you go. So you set it up. Schedule an appointment. Follow up on the appointment. It's not rocket science.
You know, that when I look back over the 10 years of building this, and starting out, first one to use the product, first one to get out and start talking to people, you know, we didn't have anything. We didn't have a Blitz card. We didn't have a business card. We had a brochure that I wouldn't use because it had a misspelled word in it. Our colors were pink and purple. Mike, would you like to be wearing pink and purple? No. He goes, no. You know, I'm not trying to talk like your dad did about walking through the snow to school for 4 miles. It was fun. We created as we went along. You will do the same thing. And I read a book many, many years ago. If you will stay in one company in this industry, one company, find one company that you love to work with, and you will stay with that company and you will develop the skills required to build a business, which you will do with ITWORKS. We have the training, we teach you, we coach you. Your upline will teach and coach you. And within